Right, Jane, I have to ask you something that's been bugging me for weeks. Have you ever just been out and about, living your life, and then bam! You see someone who is, without a doubt, a dead ringer for someone you know, or even like yourself?
Oh my gosh, Bob, yes! It's the weirdest thing, right? It's happened to me a few times, actually. Once, I swear I saw my high school English teacher ordering a coffee like 3 states away from where she lives. I almost went up to her, but then I thought, no, that can't be her.
Exactly. It's that moment of pure disbelief, followed by this deep sense of mystery. Like, how is that even possible? Are we just seeing things, or are there actually more people out there who look like us than we think?
It's so much more than just a passing resemblance, too. I'm talking full-on, I could mistake them for my twin kind of similarity. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What's the deal with doppelgangers?
That's what we're here to unravel today. The doppelgänger dilemma, if you will. I mean, the concept itself has been around for ages, right? The word doppelgänger is German for doublegoer, and it's always been tied to this spooky, supernatural vibe.
Totally. In folklore, seeing your own doppelganger was often considered a bad omen, a sign of impending death or misfortune. It's almost like a spirit double or an alter ego. Some legends even said it was the devil trying to trick you.
Right? Imagine bumping into yourself at the grocery store. I think I'd just spontaneously combust from the sheer existential dread. Or maybe I'd offer myself a high five. Depends on the day.
I mean, if I saw myself, I'd probably just judge my outfit. Oh, is that what we're wearing today? Really? But seriously, there are some pretty famous historical accounts, too. Like Queen Elizabeth I reportedly saw her own doppelganger lying in her bed just before she died. That's a chilling thought.
See? That's the stuff that gives me goosebumps. Or Guy de Maupassant, the French writer, was apparently tormented by his doppelganger, who would sit beside him and dictate his stories. Talk about writer's block solutions, or a descent into madness, depending on how you look at it.
It really blurs the line between reality and the supernatural. But putting the spooky stuff aside for a moment, let's talk about the actual statistical probability of this. I mean, with billions of people on Earth, surely it's not that uncommon to find someone who shares your facial features, right?
That's the logical brain trying to step in, Jane. My gut tells me it's magic. But you're right. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Studies have tried to quantify this. One popular theory is that there are about 8 key facial features that define our appearance. Things like nose width, eye spacing, lip fullness. For 2 people to look identical, these 8 features would need to align almost perfectly.
So how many combinations are there for those 8 features? Are we talking lottery odds here?
Pretty much. One study from the University of Adelaide, I believe, back in 2015, looked at the probability of 2 unrelated people sharing 8 specific facial measurements. Their conclusion was that the chance of 2 people having identical facial measurements is less than 1 in a trillion. So finding an exact doppelganger is, statistically speaking, incredibly rare.
Less than 1 in a trillion. Wow. That puts a damper on my hopes of finding my long-lost twin who inherited all the good genes. But then how do we explain all these instances? Is it just our brains playing tricks on us, or do we just have a limited set of face templates as a species?
That's a brilliant point, and it's likely a bit of both. Our brains are wired to recognize faces, and sometimes they find patterns where slight differences exist. But also, human DNA isn't infinite in its permutations of facial features. We have a finite number of genes that dictate things like eye color, hair color, nose shape, etc. So over generations, these combinations are bound to repeat.
So it's like there are only so many ways to arrange the facial Lego bricks, and eventually you're going to build the same castle twice, just a few billion times over.
Exactly. And consider the sheer number of people on Earth, over 8 billion now. Even if the odds are 1 in a trillion for a perfect match, the odds of finding someone who is a very strong match or a look-alike suddenly become a lot more feasible. Think about it, 1 in a million becomes 8,000 people on Earth with that 1 in a million characteristic.
That's actually kind of comforting in a way. It makes the mystery less spooky and more like, oh, it's just really big numbers playing out. But it doesn't take away the wonder of it all, does it? The first time you see someone who makes you do a double take, it's still fascinating.
Not at all. I mean, it's a profound experience. You see this person, and for a fleeting moment your brain tries to reconcile why this familiar face is in an unfamiliar place. It's a glitch in the matrix, but a beautiful one.
And it's only gotten more prevalent with social media, don't you think? Now people are actively seeking their doppelgangers. There's Twin Strangers, a whole website dedicated to it, and TikTok is full of people finding their lookalikes. It's like a global game of Where's Waldo, but with faces.
It's wild. And you know what's even crazier? The stories that come out of those connections, like the two Irish women, Niamh Geeney and Karen Brannigan, who found each other through a project and looked so incredibly alike it was uncanny. They weren't related at all, but they could have been sisters.
I remember that. And the two men, Neil Douglas and Robert Sterling, who found each other on a plane. Same beard, same glasses, same build. They took a selfie and it went viral. What are the odds of ending up on the same flight, let alone sitting next to your doppelganger?
Talk about a conversation starter. Excuse me, are you me? I'd probably just assume I'd fallen asleep and was dreaming, or that I was in a very elaborate prank.
I wonder if they experienced some kind of instant connection, like a mirrored soul, or if it was just incredibly awkward. So, you look like me. That's nice.
It definitely opens up questions about identity, right? If someone looks exactly like you, how much does that define you? Does it diminish your uniqueness?
That's a deep one, Bob. I think our identity goes beyond our face, though. It's our experiences, our memories, our quirks. My doppelganger might look like me, but I bet they can't tell you the names of all 7 of my imaginary childhood friends. Or my deepest fear, which is still, at my age, being chased by a T-Rex.
Fair point. My imaginary friend was a talking badger, so I feel you. But in a world where facial recognition technology is becoming so sophisticated, what happens then? If a machine can't tell the difference between you and your doppelganger, that's a whole new can of worms.
Oh, that's a truly scary thought. Imagine getting flagged for something your doppelganger did. Excuse me, ma'am, we have you on camera shoplifting a dozen donuts.
But I'm on a diet.
It's like something out of a sci-fi movie. The potential for mistaken identity on a massive scale.
Exactly. It takes the old evil twin trope to a whole new, technologically advanced level. We'd need something more than just facial features for identity verification. Maybe a secret handshake, a specific dance move, my talking badger's name?
Definitely the talking badger's name. But it does make you think about the future, doesn't it? As populations grow and we become more globally connected, are we going to be running into our lookalikes more and more often? Will it become less of a mystery and more of a mundane occurrence?
I hope not entirely. I think there's a certain magic in the rarity of it, the unexpected jolt of recognition. If everyone had 3 doppelgangers, it might just be annoying. Like, oh, there's another one. Is that Karen or just another Karen lookalike?
True, the thrill would be gone, but it also makes me wonder if there's an evolutionary reason for it. Is there some advantage to having a finite number of facial templates? Like, is it easier for us to recognize and bond with people if we're not constantly presented with completely novel appearances?
That's a fascinating thought. Maybe it's a subconscious way of building community, even with strangers. You see someone who reminds you of someone you know, and there's an instant, almost primal sense of familiarity. It can break down barriers.
Or, on the flip side, imagine if you constantly saw people who looked like your sworn enemy. That would be an absolute nightmare. Oh, great, he's here again. Wait, no, just his face. Stressful.
Aha! I'd have to move to a deserted island, but I think ultimately the wonder of it lies in the mystery. It challenges our perception of individuality and connection. It reminds us how vast and interconnected humanity is.
It really does. It's a reminder that even though we're unique, we're also part of this massive, intricate human tapestry. And sometimes those threads just happen to weave into remarkably similar patterns.
So the next time you see someone who makes you do a double take, embrace it. It's a little moment of magic in a world that often tries to explain everything away. And maybe, just maybe, say hello. You might just make a new twin friend.
Just be ready to explain why you know their face, because it might get awkward fast. But definitely keep your eyes peeled. You never know when your doppelganger is just around the corner. What a wild ride, Bob.
It really is, Jane. And on that wonderfully mysterious note, we're going to wrap up this episode of Podcast Name. Thank you for joining us as we explored the fascinating world of doppelgangers.
We hope it gave you something to ponder the next time you're out and about. Until next time, keep looking for those familiar faces and embrace the mystery.